Welcome. My name's Andrea, and welcome to this beginner yoga class here. We'll begin in a couple minutes, so feel free to take this time to get ready, get set up. We'll start seated on the mat. If you're just joining in, feel free to say hi in the chat. I'll do likewise. Hola, Iham. Oh, I messed up the. I normally. Um, well, how is the Wi-Fi? Usually, I use a different Wi-Fi. Um, Let me check. Uh, We may have a little bit slower Wi-Fi today. Uh, hmm. So I hope it goes okay. So if you're just joining in, we'll get started uh, real soon. I'm just, uh, uh, I don't today. We'll cross our fingers. Okay. Looks that it keeps looking good. So with that, why don't we get started? You can start by sitting on the mat, wherever you're practicing today. And just take a moment to make yourself comfortable. Begin to notice that contact or those points of contact with the ground underneath you. So noticing what parts of your body are touching the floor. So take a moment to notice maybe it's parts of your feet or your legs or your hips. And as you notice your body, begin to allow your body to get a little heavier or even settling on the mat. Begin to check in with how you're doing today. Be noticing how your shoulders are doing, or just in general. Maybe noticing places of tension. And then also notice what feels easier or better today. Maybe there's parts of your legs or your hands. And then just take a moment to notice your breathing. Maybe settling the breath or finding a nice, easy rhythm to your breathing. So for today's class, we'll do some seated warm-up movements here, and then we'll do our more active part of the class. We're going to do some lunge movements, and then we'll take some time to really stretch out the hip area and the thighs. And then after that, we'll wind it down and lay on our backs on the mat. Do a few more easier or more relaxing stretches there at the end. So before we get moving, let's go over our movement directions. So we have this side is the door side. So we have this side as the plant side. We have towards the screen and towards the back wall, and then up towards the ceiling and down towards the floor. So before we get moving, let's start off with a little joke. So 7 has even in it. How odd. So, little joke for you today. So to get started moving, you can relax the arms by your side. We're going to extend those arms up towards the ceiling and then back down. So on an inhale, begin to reach those arms up towards the ceiling, and exhale, lowering those arms back down. Inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, lower the arms back down. One more. Inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, lowering back down. Next, we're going to lean side to side. So let's start by leaning towards the door side. Keep your arms relaxed and then begin to lean towards the door. Inhale, extend that other arm up and over as you exhale. Let's switch sides. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, reach that arm up and over. Inhale, center. Exhale, lean towards the door. Inhale, center. Exhale, lean towards the plant. Inhale, center. Exhale, lean towards the door. We'll stay here a few breaths. So check in with your body, softening those shoulders, soften the back of the neck and the head. Now we're going to move that top arm down and up. So on an inhale, lower that top arm down towards the ground. And exhale, reach that arm up and over. Inhale, lower that top arm down. Exhale, reach up and over. One more. Inhale down. And then exhale, reach up and over. Check in with the shoulders and the upper back. And then let's switch sides. So inhale, come to center. Exhale, lean towards the plant. Soften those shoulders. Soften the neck and the head. Now we'll move that top arm down and up and over. So inhale, lower that top arm down. And exhale, reach that arm up and over. Two more. Inhale, lower. And exhale, up and over. One more. Inhale, lower. And exhale, reach up and over. Soften those shoulders. Soften the neck and the head. And then come to sit. I can shake out those shoulders, shake out those arms. We'll do one more. Let's see, I have another joke for you. I ate a clock yesterday. It was very time consuming. There you go. A little silly joke to get us laughing. So for this last seated stretch, you can extend your arms to the side. If you like, you can even extend them back or just straight up to the sides. Maybe roll out those wrists, flex through the fingers, and then inhale, stretch out the arms, and then exhale, bring the arms forward. Now reach further forward with the hands and press your back, softening the back of the shoulders, the head and the neck. Inhale, open up the arms. Exhale, bring the arms forward. Reach forward with the hands. Press the back. Soften the head and the neck. One more like this. I'm going to turn to this side so you get a different view. So inhale, open up the arms. And exhale, bring the arms forward. Reach forward with the hands. Press your back and soften the head and the neck. Let's all bend the elbows here. You can grab onto the forearms or the upper arms. Soften the shoulders. So think of extending the elbows a little bit forward and the back while softening the head and the neck. You can turn the chin towards one shoulder and the other, warming up the head and the neck a little bit. You can even do this in a kind of semicircle movement with the chin back and forth. I'm going to relax the elbows down. I'll keep the arms the same. You can look forward. Inhale. And as you exhale, extend the elbows forward. Press the back and soften the head and the neck. Inhale. Sit up. Look forward. Exhale. Reach forward with the elbows. Relaxing the head and the neck. One more. Inhale. Sit up. Lower the arms. Exhale, lift the elbows, press the back, soften the head and the neck. Again, if you'd like to turn the chin or do little movements with the chin, and warm up the head and the neck, you can feel free to do that. or even turning the head side to side. And then come to sit up. Shake out those arms. We'll do our more active stretch movements next. So come to all fours, like a quadruped position here, and place your hands and lower legs on the mat. And begin by extending your legs back towards the door. Give it a little shake. Extend the other leg. Let's go back and extending the right foot back towards the door. Press the toes into the ground and press the heel towards the door. Warming up through the lower leg and the foot. And now to switch sides. Relax that leg, extend the left one back. Press the heel back towards the door. Keep pressing through those toes. And then relax that leg. Let's bring the attention to the upper body. You can begin to kind of shift your weight from hand to hand, or even add little circles if you like. Let's move forward and back along the hands. And now place your weight more on the left hand, and you can lift the base or palm of I think it's the heel of the hand up, and warming up through the fingertips. To switch sides, shift your weight to your right hand and lift the heel of the left hand up towards the ceiling, now flexing through the fingers. Let's go back over to the left side. So place your weight on your left hand. And this time, if you like, you can do what we just did, or you can pick up the hand and flip it over and kind of stretch along the back side of the hand in the wrist. You can put weight on it if you like, or you don't have to. Now to switch sides, place your weight on your right hand. And again, you can pick up the heel of the left hand or flip it and put the back of the hand on the mat. And then come to sit up. Maybe give your hands a little massage. Or warm up through the wrists. And we'll go back to all fours. So when you're ready, place your hands back on the mat and then begin to look forward towards the plant. Inhale, and then as you exhale, press through the hands. Press your back up towards the ceiling. Really press that back up and soften the head and the neck. Inhale, come to look forward towards the plant. Exhale, press through the hands. Press your back up, softening the head and the neck. Inhale, look forward towards the plant. Exhale, press through the hands. Press your back up, softening the head and the neck. Relax into all fours. We're going to move into downward facing dog next. So tuck your toes on the mat. And then come back to looking forward. Inhale. And then as you exhale, press through the feet and the hands to lift the hips up and back towards the door for downward facing dog. So take a moment to warm up here. Maybe bending one knee and the other. Or flexing through the toes. Pressing through the hands, pressing those hips back. And let's warm up the legs here. So feel both feet on the mat and begin to bend the knees towards the floor, as much or as little as you like. So pause wherever you feel comfortable. Inhale, and then as you exhale, press through the feet, lift the hips up and back. We'll do that 2 more times. Begin to bend the knees towards the floor, relaxing the neck and the head. Pause wherever you feel comfortable. Inhale, and then exhale, press through the feet, lift the hips up and back. One more. Get to bend the knees, lowering the hips down. Inhale, then exhale, lift the hips up and back. And then walk your hands towards your feet, so towards the door for a forward fold. You can keep your feet the distance they are, or you can make this a little bit wider stance and soften that upper body. You can grab onto the elbows, maybe sway gently side to side. You can kind of bend one knee and the other a little bit. And then as you're ready, you can relax the hands on the floor. We're going to extend the spine forward towards the plant and back down. So bring your hands onto your thighs. And now bring your attention to your feet because we're going to press through the feet. So feel that bottom surface of the feet on the mat. Then begin to push or press your feet onto the floor, engaging through the leg. Now inhale, compress your hands onto your thighs, extend the spine forward, and exhale, lowering back down. Press through the feet and the hands. Inhale, extend the spine forward, and exhale, lower. Last one. Press through the feet. Inhale, extend the spine forward. Exhale, lower. You can relax the arms. Maybe your upper body nice and heavy here. And now walk your hands back forward to downward facing dog. So take a moment to find your down dog. Let's stretch out the calves next. So begin by placing your weight on your left foot and bending the right knee. You can keep those right toes on the mat, or you can lift or pick up that right foot, even placing the right toes behind the left heel. Now check in with your hips. Usually mine tend to creep forward here towards the plant. See if you can press them back a little bit more towards the door. We'll change sides here in a moment. As you're ready, place both feet on the mat. Then begin to shift your weight over to the right foot, bending that left leg. Pick up that left foot if you like. You can place those left toes behind the right heel. Check in with the hips. If they creep forward, press them back towards the door. And then softening the head and the neck. Soften your jaw and your cheeks. Now place both feet on the mat. Let's take a moment, take a little break here off our hands. To lower your knees and come to sit up for a moment. You can shake out your arms. Take a moment to look around. I have one more joke for you today. So my friend says, "What rhymes with orange?" I said, "No, it doesn't." There you go. A little silly joke for you today. So next we're going to start with those lunge movements I told you about. So let's go back to all fours, and we'll start by bringing that right foot forward towards the plant. So pick up the right foot and bring it forward towards the plant, and then walk that left foot back towards the door. And we'll pause here for a moment. You can begin to kind of stretch out through the hip area, maybe by shifting your weight side to side. You can let your upper body be real nice and relaxed here. Softening the neck and the head. Now place those back toes on the mat. We're going to lift that back knee up towards the ceiling and back down. So you can use your hands to help you here and really feel that front foot solid on the ground because we're going to be pressing through both feet here. So as you're ready, begin to press through the feet to lift the back knee. You can keep your gaze towards the floor. And then on an inhale, begin to bend that back knee, maybe looking forward towards the plant. And exhale, pressing through both feet. Lift the hips up, straightening that back leg. Inhale, bend, looking forward. Exhale, back up. One more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lift. We're going to stay lifted. We're going to do a twist towards the screen. So place that left hand on the mat and begin to turn the torso towards the screen. And bring that right hand to your thigh. So keep pressing through that back foot as well. You can use that front hand to help you twist a little bit. Now softening those shoulders, softening the sides of the neck, all the way to your head. You can always extend that upper arm up towards the ceiling or keep it on the thigh. Now we're going to bend that back knee down towards the floor and back up. So as you inhale, begin to bend that back knee and exhale, lift. 2 more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lift. Last one. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lift. We'll stay here a couple breaths. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. Lowering that back knee onto the mat. Shake out your legs. And take a moment to sit up. Shake out those hands. Maybe rub those wrists. And we'll do the other side. And we'll get to stretch the legs after this. So let's come back to all fours. And now this time we'll bring the left foot forward towards the plant and walk that right foot back. So spend a moment here stretching. Maybe shifting your weight side to side. Softening the back of the head, the sides of the head, even along the front, including the face and the cheeks. Now we're going to tuck the back toes on the mat. We're going to lift that back knee off to the ground and lower it back down. So maybe come up a little bit on your torso here. You can still kind of keep your gaze towards the floor. Now press through the feet to lift that back knee off the mat. And now inhale, lower the back knee, maybe look slightly forward. And exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. One more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. You're going to stay lifted. Do that twist towards the back wall. So place your right hand on the mat. Bring your left one onto the left thigh. And rotate that torso towards the back wall. Keep pressing through both legs and both feet. Now we're going to lower that back knee towards the ground and lift it back up. So as you inhale, begin to bend the back knee and exhale, lift. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lift. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lift. You can extend that top arm up towards the ceiling if you want. Check in with your breath. You got this. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Lowering the legs. You can shake out the legs. We'll get to give them a nice stretch next. So come to sit on the mat. We're going to bend one leg towards the screen and then bend the other one, the one closest to the door, back so your foot is pointing back. So we're going to stretch out along that thigh first. So here you can place your hands behind you. Begin to kind of lean back towards the back wall. You can even grab a hand and kind of massage or stretch out that IT band. And then as you're ready, you can lean back towards the door. Back towards the back wall. There's a couple ways you can play with this stretch. One way is by engaging your muscles a little bit, so making it a little bit more active. So if you'd like to play with that, you can think of pressing that inside edge of the back foot onto the mat, and even pressing that inner thigh onto the floor to be engaging through the glutes and the quad. And I don't know if you can see very well, but so my hips right now, if I'm relaxed, are pointing more towards the ceiling. And then if I begin to engage through the legs, my hip will slightly turn more forward. So you can try that if you like. As you relax, your hips might be pointing more towards the ceiling. Then as you engage your quad and your glutes, they might shift slightly to point more forward. So you can play with that and see what feels good for you today, how you want to stretch your body. And then we'll switch sides here in a moment. And you can always go back and forth between kind of engaging through the legs and then softening. And then to switch sides, you can kind of walk your hands back up so you're sitting up. You can grab that leg and now turn so that both legs are facing towards the plant. So that back foot is back towards the back wall, and then the other one is forward towards the screen. And then begin to lean back towards the back wall. Again, if you want to take a moment to massage that leg, even rub through the hip area. And then if you want to, you can vary the stretch a little bit. You can play with that hip angle we did on the other side, where you kind of engage through the leg, even through the bottom of the leg. Kind of shift the hips more forward. Even engaging through the quad and the glutes. And you can even go back and forth between relaxing the leg and engaging, doing that active stretch instead. Let's check in with the breath and your breathing. See if you can notice again a rhythm to your breath. Noticing a gentle flow as you inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Bring your attention to your chest, your upper body. You're softening between the shoulders, softening along the collarbones, even softening along the sides of your torso. Allowing the belly to stay nice and soft as you inhale and exhale. Now this time we'll walk the hands up to sit. We're going to do another stretch here. So you can pick up that back leg and swing it forward, placing that foot on the outside towards the door. And then you can kind of walk that front knee towards the plant. So it's kind of like a little pretzel position. So if it's too much to keep that front knee bent, you can always extend that foot forward and stretch that outer hip like this with that bottom leg extended. But if you want to try, you can kind of lean to the side and see if you can bend that leg and then hug that top leg towards you. So it's another variation of a seated hip stretch. So pick one, whichever feels good for you today. Then begin to hug that top knee and top leg towards you. You can use your hands to help you here so you don't have to just muscle it. And as you settle into the stretch, and to soften the shoulders, softening that right shoulder, softening the left shoulder. So softening both shoulders, softening that right upper arm, the left upper arm, softening the right elbow and the left elbow, softening the right forearm, the left forearm, the right wrist and left wrist, the right hand, the left hand, softening both hands, both wrists, both forearms, both elbows, both upper arms, and softening the whole right arm and the whole left arm, softening both arms as you continue to gently inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. You can begin to soften that upper body, begin to let go of the top leg. So wherever you are, even if you have that bottom leg extended, you're going to begin to kind of turn the body towards the door and doing like a little twist here. It's okay, you can let that upper leg relax. Now let's twist over towards the plant side as well. Softening those shoulders, even softening the back of the neck and the head, keeping the face nice and soft. Now come to look forward. We have to change sides. But first, why don't we extend the legs in front of us and give them a nice little massage. Maybe circle those feet, point and flex through those toes. And now to the other side. So we'll be the right leg will be the one on top. So you can begin by extending that. Well, I guess the leg closest to the door will be on top. So you can pick up that foot, place it towards the outside, and then again you can keep that bottom leg extended, lean towards one side, and bend that front knee. So just a different variation, and then begin to hug that knee into your chest. You can use your hands to help you here. So take a moment to settle in, get set up. And now soften those shoulders. So softening along the front of the shoulders, the sides, even the back of the shoulders. So softening that upper back, softening the right side of the upper back, and softening the left side of the upper back. Now softening the right side of the middle of the back, and softening the left side of the middle of the back. Softening the right side of the lower back, and the left side of the lower back, softening all along the side of the back, the right side of the back, and softening all along the left side of the back, softening the right side of the back, and the whole left side of the back, softening the entire back. Now bringing your attention to your hips and softening your right hip and your left hip, softening along the front of the right hip and the front of the left hip, softening the right thigh and the left thigh, right hamstring and left hamstring, right knee and the left knee, the right lower leg area and the left lower leg area, softening around the right ankle and the left ankle, softening all along that right foot and all along the left foot, softening both feet, both ankles, both lower legs, both knees, both hamstrings, both thighs, and both hips, softening that whole right leg and the whole left leg, softening both legs. And bring your attention to your breath and your breathing. So you can find that nice, easy rhythm to your breath. A gentle inhale and gentle exhale. You can begin to kind of soften that upper body, not letting go of that top leg. And we'll start by turning the torso towards the plant, softening between the shoulder blades, that upper chest and upper back, softening the neck and the head. And now we're going to turn towards the door so you can use your hands to help you here. And then again, softening that chest area, softening around those clavicles and upper back, softening along the neck and the face. Keep your cheeks nice and soft. And we're going to turn to look forward. You can extend both legs and give your legs a nice little rub down. And we'll make our way to laying on the mat. So let's sit here close to the plant first. You can bend your knees and point them up towards the ceiling. And then you can place your arms or your forearms over your shins. Maybe grab onto your wrists. And then lowering the head, relaxing the head and the neck. And maybe even turning the chin towards one shoulder and the other. Doing little tiny movements with the chin and then softening the upper body, softening along the back of the neck, the back of the head, all the way to the top of the head. Softening the shoulders, the right arm and the left arm. Softening both arms. We'll come to sit up for a moment. And relax. We're going to make our way to laying on our backs. So you can either roll to do that or you can kind of extend an arm behind you and make your way to resting on the mat. So if you're going to roll, you can place your hands on your shins and pick up those heels and walk the feet towards your hips. Balancing here. Now just double check behind you and just roll a few times, keeping your body nice and heavy. And come to rest your back on the mat. You take a moment to stretch. You can reach your arms over your head. Now let's walk the feet out to the outside of the mat and begin to kind of shift the knees back and forth. You can keep your arms stretched over your head if you like as you do this. Maybe pausing to stretch a little bit before switching the knees to move the other direction. And now walk the feet more parallel to each other. And then bring both knees into your chest, giving yourself a nice big hug. Going to stretch the hamstrings next. So keep that right knee into your chest and lower that left foot onto the floor. You can keep that left knee bent or you can extend that left leg all the way to the mat. So it'll be your choice. So just take a moment to maybe move that right knee around and kind of opening and closing a little bit. Then as you're ready, you can bring it to the center and extend the right foot up towards the ceiling. Let's bring the attention to that right foot for a moment and begin to point and flex through the toes. And even add a little circle with the foot. Other way. And then as you're ready, begin to stretch that right hamstring. You can even extend that other leg towards the floor or keep it bent. And then begin to soften the arms, softening that upper shoulders, the right shoulder and left shoulder, softening along the right collarbone and left collarbone, softening along both collarbones, softening along the right side of the neck and the left side of the neck, softening along the front of the neck and the back of the neck, softening the right ear and the left ear, softening the back of the neck and the head, all the way to the top of the head, softening the forehead, the right side of the forehead, and the left side of the forehead, the muscles around the right eye, and the muscles around the left eye, softening the right temple and the left temple, the right cheek, the left cheek, the right jaw, the left jaw, muscles along the mouth, and all the way to your chin, softening all along the right side of the face and the left side of the face, softening the whole face, softening all along that right side of the head, including the sides and the back, softening all along the left side of the head, including the left sides, the back, the front, and softening the whole head from the top of the head to the sides, face, back of the head, all the way to your chin and your neck. And begin to bend the right knee, bringing into your chest. Maybe pause and move it around a little bit. Actually, let's open up that right knee towards the screen. And here you can keep that knee bent, or you can kind of reach and extend it out a little bit. You can reach to the foot if you can, or even just somewhere along the leg. You can just bend it and extend it a couple times. Bend the knee into the chest. Maybe move it to the other side. You can bend and extend the leg the other way. And now to switch sides. You can rest that right foot on the mat and bring that left knee into your chest. And pause to move that knee around. You open it up to the back wall. And then when you're ready, extend that left foot up towards the ceiling. And bring your attention to the left foot and begin to flex and point through the right toes. Even add a circle to it. And then whenever you're ready, begin to stretch that left hamstring. You can keep that other knee bent or extend it all the way to the floor. See what feels good for you today. As you settle into the stretch, begin to soften through the shoulders. Softening that right shoulder and left shoulder. Softening that right arm and left arm. Softening both arms. Softening along the front of the right shoulder. And the front of the left shoulder. Softening along that right clavicle and left clavicle. Softening both clavicles. Softening along the sternum to the right side of the rib cage and those right ribs along the front and the sides, even all along that back side of the right ribs. And softening along the left side of the rib cage, along the front of those left ribs, the sides of the ribs, and even to the back of those left ribs, softening all along that left side of the rib cage, and softening along the right side of the waist, along the front, the outer edge, and even the back, towards that right lower back, softening all along the right side of the waist, and softening along the left side of the waist, along the front, that outer edge, even all along to the back, to the left lower back, softening that whole left side of the waist, and then softening along the right side of the pelvis, along the front, along the outer edges, all along to the right glutes, the whole right pelvis, and softening all along the left pelvis, along the front, around the belly, along that outer edge and side, even all along to the back, to the left glute, softening all along that left pelvis. Now softening all that right side of the torso, the front, the outer edge, the back, and softening the left side of the torso, along the front, outer edge, the back, and now softening the whole torso, softening the whole rib cage, right side and left side, right waist and left waist, right pelvis and left pelvis, softening the whole torso, allowing it to get softer and heavier on the mat. I'll bend that left knee into the chest. Take a moment to move it around. You can open up that knee towards the back wall. Maybe even extend that foot and bend that knee a few times. You can cross that leg towards the screen. And just take a moment to do any other stretches that you like. And we'll pause here for a few minutes to just lay on the mat. You can always keep your knees bent or just extend your arms and your legs on the ground. Spending a few moments allowing your body to rest on the floor, supported by the ground underneath you. Allowing your body to get heavier with each breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And as you move through life, through those ups and downs, those good times and more challenging times, remember that you are enough. You are enough. You are enough. Allow these words to settle inside of you. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. So when you're doing those hard things in life, because it's good for you, you can always remember, I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. So stay like this as long as you like. And when you're ready, begin to notice your surroundings, welcoming yourself in the space you're in, welcoming sounds, colors, the feel of the air on your skin, and gently begin to move your body. Maybe bending the knees and rolling to rest on one side, body heavy on the ground, supported by the floor underneath you. And then whenever you're ready, you can use your hands to come on up to sitting. I'm going to scoot a little closer. So hi, Ehab. You're listening live or to the recording. Hope you feel more relaxed. We worked the body first, and then we got to stretch and maybe deepen that relaxation, ready to face whatever comes next. So I hope you have a good week, everybody. Stay tuned for next week, same time, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. I'll have more jokes for you. Maybe I'll have a riddle or two. So thank you, Ehab. So I'll see you next time. Be well, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.